name is Jonathan Bain. I'm 35 years old and I'm a carpenter.
Now, recently you've actually experienced a vein-related problem.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about what that is?
Yes, in the last 3 years it's been happening where I've got varicose veins in my leg, and as I get hot or move throughout the day, it gets restrictive and sometimes uncomfortable and painful.
Do you get swelling associated with that as well?
Yes, I get swelling and it can inhibit mobility in my knee and in my leg.
Okay. Now, so that's happened for 3 years. What do you think caused it?
I don't know what caused it as such. I can remember a certain cricket injury where I got hit in the side of the leg, and ever since then, that's the last I can remember of there being a trigger point where that could have happened.
And what kind of activities would you do at work that would make this worse?
Up and down ladders, lifting something heavy, or constant moving up and down stairs or up and hill. That would cause swelling and then uncomfortable.
And what do you then do to make this better?
I've just learned to kind of pace myself or be lenient towards it in favour of my other leg, or especially with lifting or things like that. I find it easier to favour one leg, or I take the brunt of it with my upper body instead of on my leg.
And have you ever used strapping or bracing to that leg?
I have done previously when I wasn't really sure what the problem was. I wasn't aware it was my veins. I used to brace my knees just to help me get through the day a bit better.
So when were you told that the issue with your knee was actually being caused by the veins? That all of those things you said you experienced, when did you know it was the veins?
It would have been about 2 years ago now that we knew that was the problem, and then we sought advice, and then they said surgery was the best option. And it was just a matter of waiting for health funds to kick in and things like that, and now we're ready to go next week.
Right, so surgery coming up.
Surgery coming up next week.
Okay. So our plan is to check in back with you after you've had the surgery.
Yes.
And to see what kind of advice the surgeon gives you, and then to see what your knee is like after that. So now that we've seen your veins today,
yes,
we'll then check in with you afterwards and see how you're going.
Sounds good.
Now that you've got this issue with your veins and your knee, what complications are you aware of could happen if we don't get anything done?
I'm aware that down the track, as I get older, that can then develop into skin ulcers or further problems or tissue issues or things like that, and that's something I'm not interested in dealing with. I'd much rather deal with it now while my body can heal and handle it, and before it does become a bigger problem.
And has your doctor, the surgeon, has he mentioned any potential problems to you if you don't get something done?
He said it probably wouldn't be immediate, but the discomfort would get more and more, and then you would see more bruising and swelling and probably more veins starting to come to the surface.